Let's see. Oops. Alondite, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Why is that running at low frame rate? Everything's going alright here. I just... Fairly uneventful day. I just went shopping and saw Puss in Boots for the second time. Oh, you came back for your second time too? Damn, for real. It's such a good movie that I want to support it, you know, more than once. I honestly might have enjoyed it more the second time around. Okay, so aside from me being a bit lazy with my spin dash, I think I may have found a better strategy. Yeah, I think it's faster to just roll or run that entire bout instead of trying to awkwardly stop to get rid of the time travel. Like, or at the very least, it's a lot less volatile because I'm not going to accidentally time travel to the past. As long as I hit that spring and just hold right for the entire time, there's no way I'm going to actually accidentally time travel. I keep hearing people talk about the wolf being, like, kind of hinted to before he's introduced. I didn't notice it, but maybe I need to pay more attention when I watch it at home, honestly. Ooh, that's an uncommon way to get that trick. A little bit risky there, but... That's the entirely wrong enemy to bounce off of. I'm surprised it even went through properly. Okay, so that's pretty much foolproof. Okay, it might not be risky, but I always get it from the closer one, the one you can see it spawn. That one. It might be quicker to go for that one. I'm not sure. Because generally bouncing off that one is the entire reason I do my, like, spin dash at the beginning. Because I'm basically just kind of trying to sync everything up with the music and get, like, a good timing. By the time I do the roughly six spin dashes, release at a certain beat, do the peel out, do the jump, that first enemy is right there where I could bounce off of it. Also, hey, Antifreeze, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Let's see, what's my other funny tricks I need to get down? Tidal Tempest is practically a free level. Or Tidal Tempest 1. I love Title Tempest 3, not because it's easy, but because there's so much to do in this level. It's so stimulating with how many tricks get crammed into a small amount of space. And why is this game running like this? What's making my computer lag at the menus? Let me just try and see if I can turn some other stuff off. For the love of God, why is my GPU at 100%? Why is it lagging? When I just load up the thing. I hope I'm able to actually do a proper speedrun of this, because this game's running like it's actually Sonic CD 1993, which is not a compliment. Okay, this is one of those ones I need to practice a marginal amount, just because it's a very complex level. Why is it dropping frames? This is practically just the same as Sonic Mania. There's nothing special about this. Well, that's uncommon. Okay, I'm gonna practice all the levels eventually, but... what exactly do you hate about this level, by the way? I'm just curious. Is there any specific trick that you have, trouble with? Because I might be able to hopefully shed some insight into that, but... Is it just the level in itself is just exhausting? Because I can totally understand that. It's a lot to do in a... It's probably one of the most physically demanding levels. That's the one thing I don't think I could ever actually explain to you. Personally, I just do a spin dash, jump, and hold forward. Now, I mean, there is an alternate trick. There is an alternate way that people do the beginning part, but... Okay, so, like, in the normal speedrun for 2011, they just spin dash. Spin dash, run, roll, jump. Actually, I wonder if this is faster still. But like you could do it that way instead of jumping and trying to get the drop dash. You could just like it's a safer strategy that, but I think it might be just a little bit slower. Oh yeah, thank you for noticing. I wasn't gonna bring too much attention to it, but yeah, I did redraw my Renard avatar because the old one was just kind of looking kind of bad. It needed a redo. Let's see, Tidal Tempest 2, 3, and Wacky Workbench 1 are my worst levels. I mean, that's valid. Wacky Workbench is just... I can't there's a lot of things that... I have a problem where I just can't quantify how I do things, but you just have to toss yourself at Wacky Workbench as much as possible. This level's more of a vibe than a specific set of things. I mean, there's a specific set of things you need to do, but you also have to just know when to try and take the jump and save the time, or when to hold back and, you know, avoid losing like a solid 15 seconds bouncing on the ceiling. And sometimes the level will just be like, you know, a run ender just for no reason. Because Wacky Workbench is just quirky like that. Yeah, like this platform. This platform just decides to choose violence sometimes. And I mean, here it didn't do too bad, but... That one was actually still pretty good. I managed to catch it. I managed to make it a little bit... I managed to save it at that middle part, but... that's probably making the best out of worst case scenario, because that's a... But yeah, like, honestly, Renard's proportions were kind of a bit too much body, not enough head. Eyes were looking a little bit too serious. I just kind of tweaked it a little bit to try and make, a bit something that... I just wanted to make it a little bit friendlier. I mean, he's supposed to be stoic and whatever, but not, like, super threatening or too imposing. Oh lord. Okay. If you told me, like, a solid 6 months ago that I'd be able to actually do nearly that I'd be able to do, like, Wacky Workbench and 30 seconds would be a bad attempt, I would say that, like, this is crazy. Like, I used to think that I wouldn't get below probably, like, 35 or 36 seconds on an average Wacky Workbench. If I have everything line up perfectly, I can practically get a world record. I mean, people can beat this level in, like, maybe 25 seconds, I think, but it requires some ridiculous, like, low path stuff. Instead of, like, taking this tube, you do the low path of everything, and that is supposed to be, like, notoriously difficult. And, like, even more cycle dependent, so, like, absolutely not viable for a normal run. Okay, I just wish I knew why the frame rate for this was tanking so bad. it kind of makes me concerned because I want to run the game, but I don't want to be like, hey, here's my world record time. Don't mind all the frame drops and the game running at 75% speed. You know, this is totally legit. Wink. Like, I thought of playing Fall Guys because it looks fun, but one of my friends just adamantly doesn't like it. And I get, like, to each their own, I guess, but I'm sure it's a perfectly fun game, though. Oh, what a series of absolutely preposterous saves. Oof. See, something I hated from my latest run was my controller randomly disconnecting. Did that happen like your actual PB? Because that's kind of brutal, honestly. Oh, goodness gracious. I mean, that's totally valid. Like, I'm kind of concerned about trying to speedrun Metroid Dread because my capture card will just flat out, like, not work sometimes. And I'm like, hey, here's my world record speedrun of Metroid Dread. Or my previous best of Metroid Dread. Don't mind the part where you can't just see the footage of the game for like a solid 20 seconds. Totally legitimate activity was going on there, I promise. Please. I keep accidentally messing that part up. Honestly, even a 33 on Wacky Workbench is pretty dang good considering how difficult it is. Okay, this is the hardest trick that I know how to do currently, to some extent. This bounce is very difficult, and I don't know how to get it properly all the time. I want to get in a world record, but... Wait, so PS4 just allows you to record that long? Is it in 60 frames a second, or...? Oh, man, I can do so good at this level, but I have to get past that certain cycle. Hmm. Now that sounds so much better than the Switch. I hate the Switch where I have to just like hold the capture button and get like a really bad 30-second footage and just kind of have to clip it in really annoying ways. Oh, for the love of God. This level's fast strat is very frustrating. And that's horrendously not fast, honestly. Ooh. The important part is just making it past that electric field before it decides to activate. Because that's the big barrier that kind of roadblocks sub 40. Okay, so I think there's a certain timing. I think I need to hold left from the end of that. I need to hold left from the end of that 6th thing of rings up to a certain point and then hold neutral. But there's a very specific timing to it. And I just have to throw myself at it until I get it. Well, alright then. Who unwackied my workbench, please? Oh, wait, maybe I need to try something else. Okay. Normally I hold forward during this, but I'm wondering what happens if I don't. Honestly, this is one of those levels where if everything falls into place, it's an extremely sexy run. It's got some of the funnest, like the most fun usage of drop dash in the entire game, but it's just very brutal. That's a tight sequence of jumps. That really, it doesn't look much, but I really had to utilize the weird way that platforms in this game kind of just snap you onto them. It also happens to apply to that spring. Okay, I think for me to get the good timing on this, I need to not hold forward. Hmm. It's funny, because this level is basically taking that... The entirety of this level hinges upon that first point where the ground does not bounce you up, and it's extremely important to actually get that right. Unfortunately, it's a very tight window. Speaking of the floor not bouncing me... Okay, honestly, I gave the Switch a little bit too much crap. The only problem I have with it is that you can't record clips of certain games like Smash Brothers, which, in terms of just having something to clip, in terms of games that you'd want to just take a screenshot or like take a video of when you do something funny, Smash Bros is like number one on the list of that, and you can only get like 30-second clips by just like you have to like watch the replay and then convert the replay into a video and then cut the video up into a clip just to get like the funny Smash Bros video that you want, or you have to use a capture card. It's absolutely preposterous that the game makes you do that, but just remembering that makes me so upset, because there's so many clips I would love to just like hit the capture button, but you can't do that on. I mean, at least it works for Splatoon. Splatoon is the other funny game that... Splatoon is like the other funny game that you'd want to take, like, quick captures of, like, funny things and... Like, I'm not holding back enough. Ooh. Have I ever mentioned the Octopath Traveler just makes me think like, oh, Splatoon 2 DLC. I probably have made that joke to some point in the past. I'm gonna time travel. That's a rare time travel. Why does that game not record video? That's like just an RPG, right? Me when the word Octo. Splatoon? Splatoon 2? Octolings? DJ Octavio? I used to be a sane person, then I logged into Splatoon 3 and I've never been the same since. No! Huh. Didn't know this. Didn't know this was here. I imagine the game probably can't force you to... I imagine there's probably nothing that can force, like, no screenshots, but... Just because, like, I could understand maybe the capture thing being due to, like, hardware limitations or something. But there's no excuse to absolutely just turn off the screenshot function. Unless there's a game that does that, which would be messed up. I love Mario Odyssey, but I cannot get past the fact that the game makes you screenshot things just to keep notes of secret moons and stuff, which is honestly my least favorite part of the game. Just a Motobug, welcome to the stream, how's it going? I am currently trying to, get a grip on some difficult, Wacky Workbench 2 technique. Ooh. Or I think the Switch can't take screenshots of certain things. Namely, like the FMV things for certain Final Smashes and whatnot. Imagine if Nintendo was like, due to copyright concerns, we will no longer allow for video game captures of clips where Nintendo-owned music is played in any capacity. Please limit your capture usage to silent menus only. I remember, like, when Persona 5 came out, people, like, Atlas was, like, super, like, oh, don't stream past a certain point. And what, like, the streamers I would watch during that time was kind of concerned about, like, if you'd get in trouble for, like, streaming it. It's also pretty funny considering I still don't even know what happens after a certain point in Persona 5 story, so like, I guess they did a good job of protecting it. Those thieves sure did Phantom. Oh god, this boss sucks. Or, I mean, this level sucks. There's an item there? No idea. So what trick are you talking about? Are you talking about this one, or the Tidal Tempest 2 one? I mean, congratulations, by the way. Whichever one it was. There's multiple levels of success to this one. The absolute highest level of success you can get is if you bounce right from the... Like, if you can bounce right from the bounce floor directly up to the Yellow Spring, that's the optimal way. But even just using it to get to one of the higher platforms saves easily like 3 seconds. To be fair, this is not my own trick that I found out. This is something that was used in like this was used in the individual level strategies for the game, and also for like the full runs with pause buffering. However, I'm not allowed to pause buffer very much unless I want to lose time, so I'm trying to get the general idea of how to just do this on command, which very difficult, but at least it's not like Collision Chaos 2 levels of difficult. That jump, trying to do that on command, is borderline impossible. That's the perfect jump. Unfortunately, this platform still kind of gaslight gatekeep girl bosses the entire run sometimes. If that platform's in the right place, you can skip the cycle for the little ice beam thing, but... I've never owned a lava lamp. I would like to, but also... I deem those to be one of those things I don't trust myself to own, because I'm gonna fall asleep with that thing on, and I think that's technically a hazard. And I don't want to, like, set my house on fire or something, because pretty lava... Uh-oh. Oh god, this is a bad path. Okay, this is the worst run I've had in a while, but it's all upwards from here. It's one of those things where I guess I probably wouldn't be in a situation where I'd just have one on and forget about it, because I'm always at my PC, and I'm not gonna fall asleep at my PC before shutting down for the night, but... Oh dear god. This is a risky strategy. Like, I really don't want to whiff a run because of this. Dare I say this is harder than Tidal Tempest 3? Because Tidal Tempest 3 has, like, an easily tangible set of inputs and whatnot. It doesn't help that that last, like, little kind of one tile worth of bounce floor is just not wacky. So you have to, like, land on, like, the wacky part of the workbench in order to get the strat too, which I think I'm just gonna purposefully call it stupid like that, just because it's funnier. Wait, world record? Ooh. What's my best time on this? Because that might be a world record and then some. That's definitely... I don't even remember what my last time was. I thought it was like at least 32 seconds, if not 34. I'm gonna look that up on I'm gonna look that up on Sonic 2011. Let's see. Leaderboards. Wacky Workbench 2. The best time that's ever been done on this level is 29.5 seconds. But this is a solid third place under 32.5 seconds. However, this is probably the fastest you could expect to beat this level in an actual any percent run, because, like, no time travel, no anything. You could get this level down to probably, like, I want to say, I think in Sonic Origins or in individual levels, you could easily get this down to, like, 28, maybe high 27, just due to how the level just has drop dash utilization and whatnot. So, like, there's a lot of extra time you could save here, but this is essentially the ideal run I could ever get in just these conditions, so what else do I have trouble with? Like, Wacky Workbench is, like, it's an easy level, it's just a troublesome one. It's easy to get through, but it's hard to really master, I think. Oh. I'm still thinking about me accidentally, like, the run I did of this on mirror mode was actually pretty solid, all things considered, considering it was backwards. And here I am kind of floundering at the same strategy in the normal world, where everything's not messed up and evil. Okay, this is pretty messed up and evil, but, like, not in, like, a super uncommon way. Oh dear god. Alande, Quick question. Do you happen to know about the timer bug for Sonic CD? Okay, so I'll give you a brief rundown of it. Basically, why don't I just like start it? So this is like 22 seconds and 90 milliseconds. Whenever you restart the level like this, the seconds get reset, but the milliseconds don't. So like, say if I pause instantly, it instantly jumps up to 95 because the centiseconds don't reset. This is why you'll sometimes see me like kind of pause buffer to try and get a time up to a very low time. Because like, okay, if I pause and reset on 0.1 centiseconds, then it's just gonna reset and then it'll be essentially as low of a time as I possibly can get on a reset. This timer bug is a little bit tricky just because if you don't know about it, it can impact how you view your own runs because you're gonna think that why am I suddenly just doing this 1 second slower than I did when I did it perfectly? I'm kind of messing it up, but like basically I just try to keep that in mind. If I don't pause buffer to get the perfect time on restarting, I'll just try and keep in mind that, oh, last run had 70 centiseconds on there, so I'll keep that in mind when I do this next run. But if you're going for a world record time on the leaderboard, you're definitely going to want to make sure that the timer is properly kind of as low as possible as you start a run. Because otherwise you're just going to have an extra half a second add to your run, and that half a second could be the difference between, you know, getting the first place or getting second place. At least on the online leaderboards, if you were to submit like individual levels, as long as you show the end of the last level before doing your proper like world record run, the speedrun moderators will like fix that for you. But it's just an annoying thing that it existed in the old version, but it still is carried on to this version as well. I don't think that Sega even knows it exists, and I don't really think they care. Yeah, because now it's like really... Yeah, it carries through levels, both on resets and, like, you know, from one level to the next and run to run. Or in like a single run of the game. I think the only time it resets properly is if you go out into like the UI of the general collection itself. No problem. It's one of those things where you may have heard me complain about it on stream, but I don't think I've ever given a proper explanation for it. It's just one of the many reasons that this game is kind of messed up for recording runs. The glitch, the time travel is also bugged with the timers, and that's why they have to do individual... You have to essentially have like a real-time thing up for your runs. Not the accent with... That's an embarrassing time travel. That one hasn't happened in a long time. Actually, I'm curious. There was a trick you could do in the original, or in the 2011 release, where you could kind of... I don't think that works there, but you could essentially use that time travel to clip through the ground and end up higher in the level than intended. Alright, oops. How many points do you have, Antifreeze? I don't even know how many points the thing gives, or... I still have no idea what to even, like, have as rewards for those things. Oops. I knew a streamer who originally, like, offered, like, a full, like, sketch commission for, like, 20,000 points. Which 20,000 alone is a lot, so... I need to stop getting owned by that. That's my second time today. That's a very rare death, and I'm kind of upset that that's happening commonly. Oh, right, I forgot that subscribing affects that. Subscribers don't get ads too, by the way, right? Like... Yeah, you know what? That's good enough for me. What's my record on this? How on earth did I get 21 seconds on on Metallic Madness? That's crazy. Oh, I could just have my D-pad be neutral during jumping off that thing. That makes it so much easier. This is one of those levels that it's very short, but there's just a few little tricky things that are hard to get right, like... Bouncing off that spring is surprisingly difficult. Jumping up here is surprisingly difficult. If you mess that up, it's kind of difficult. Jumping on this roof, you have to be very careful of where to jump exactly. I mean, this is a fairly difficult cycle to get a grip on. Like, it's not like a super hard level, but it's just got a little bit of skill check-ish. It's just got some very rough, like, end-of-run skill checks. that can just kind of chip some extra time off if you're not, like, treating it super seriously. And that also makes it a little bit stressful, because it's one of those things where it's just gonna feel embarrassing to lose these very simple things if you're actually on world record pace. Speaking of which, I mean, that... Yo, you're absolutely right. I have not played this level like a human in, like, ages. It's funny because they actually... like, they made, like, a speedrun video of this... of like, Sonic Origins. Like, an official one, like, mentioning a few tricks, and they actually officially acknowledged the... Wait a minute, this is this part. This is this room. They actually, like, officially acknowledged the Metallic Madness 2 skip in the video, which is hilarious, because that skips one of the most iconic parts of the entire, like, the game. Like, it's a very gimmicky part, but it's just a very iconic part of the Sonic CD experiences that you just won't get, I guess. What on earth is even down here? I want to get up there, but I don't want to use the walking thing. I'm like 90% sure I can get this thing killed. Sir, stop rolling. Oh my god. There we go. It's funny, I think they touched up the sprites on this one, because... God. In the original Sonic CD, like, whenever you bounced off of the springs, it would just use Sonic's standing sprite, and it looked so funny, honestly. Oh, this is kind of insufferable. Like, in theory, it's a cool concept, but my god. They were like, hey, what if this game was annoying? And, well, quite frankly, they already chose that option with... They already did that with Collision Chaos, and they decided to just do this again. I mean, I can imagine, like, the frickin', like, SpongeBob BGM. Like the frickin', like, ending theme where it's just very liminal and awkward. I can imagine that with me fumbling through this level. Yeah, god, this level really is 3 minutes and 30 seconds long if you just play it casually. Even, like, the longest levels in this game, you can fumble through them in a minute and a half, easily. Like... Like, what the game deems a good time of beating it to be 25 minutes. So, like, that's roughly what, like... a minute and 20 seconds... Like a minute and 10 seconds per level. Which is pretty... Like, that's a pretty fair thing. But yeah, this level really is just 3 minutes long if you play it normally. Ooh, what's your PB for Tidal Tempest 2 now? Oh, y'all want to know something really evil? $38.39, that's a really good time, honestly. Hmm. Let's see. Let me get up there. Oh my god. There's an enemy there? Never knew that existed. Man, this game kind of sucks when you play it normally. Okay, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to time travel because... Kind of crazy that if you just don't get that get that time post up there the first time, it's borderline impossible to get to. I can't believe I've got to the point where I'm just playing this game normally to spite myself. I don't really know what to feel about that, but... I know it's faster to reset, but... There we go, that's a dumb way to time travel. So when you get times in this game, you can get a world record time in any time period of the game. So I'm pretty sure it's possible to just get a world record in the past version. And I mean just like starting from the past version. Maybe? I mean, that's kind of a mid-time, honestly, but... Man, it's been a long time since I played this level like this. But like this version of the level is so much easier to navigate. Yeah, for real. Like this music is borderline unfinished compared to like every other song in the game. It's just so empty. The Collision Chaos one goes hard. Like it's just drowning. It's like drowning out the main melody with noise, which is kind of a great idea for a level that's just entirely based on just chaos, I guess. I mean, there's not really a bad song in this soundtrack. I'm just not crazy about that one in particular. Okay, still traumatized by the Sega CD version where these spikes linger a lot longer after Metal Sonic destroys them. I've accidentally like killed Sonic like several times just because of misjudging that, like just due to muscle memory. I'm still I just don't trust those spikes anymore just because of that. It's absolutely messed up. This is even the same version of the game. I'm just terrified of that memory. The Sonic CD like 2000 or 1993 is like, what if this game was like a mildly evil? It's just like mildly bad aspect ratio, mildly laggy, mildly uncomfortable. It just it gives me bad vibes, I guess. It's okay. There's another funny level. God, what's with the frame drops? This game is not that hard. Like, I'm speedrunning Sonic CD by now, but you know what isn't? My GPU. God, why is this game running at like 75% speed? Is it my browser? I can't tell. What if you went to a band live and you're like, wow, this is just like CD quality audio? Dear God, why is the frame rate being like this? What's with this game? This game is running worse and worse. Okay, the game's just running at 87% of my GPU. That makes sense. I'm just gonna reset this game, because I don't know what's going on with it, but Sonic, you're not supposed to run like this. What is this, Europe? Europe really went like, hey, you know what would be acceptable is if games ran like 18% slower. Yeah, that's a great way to play a game. Why is this game running like this? Seriously. My CPU performance isn't even that much. What's going on with us? Well, I'm at least glad that I'm getting some humor out of this, because this is very much not funny otherwise. It's like I'm performing a tool-assisted speedrun, except without, like, the tool actually assisting me. It's like a tool harming speedrun. Maybe I'll go live. Maybe I'll take a brief hiatus to, like, figure out what on earth is um who uncourtsed my quadrant? Who unseeded my Sonic? Sega really, my computer would really be like, fuck you, unCDs your Sonic, and then I guess I'm just stuck here just listening to nothing. This is making me feel a little bit feral right now. I don't really know what to do. I don't want to stop streaming, because I hate, like, having, like, a brief pause in my streaming just to solve things, but I'm gonna have to fix this. I am going to... Yeah, there we go. It just... Where'd the music go? Wait, that's right. It's CD quality audio, so the audio is never going to lag, even though the game is very much lagging. So, like, I forgot about that. Okay, I'm gonna be back in hopefully 15 minutes. Hopefully way sooner, but I need to maybe try and reset my computer, figure out what's going on with this, and I'll be back in a little bit because this I can't speedrun like this. See y'all soon, hopefully. Hopefully.